Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Wisdom Wednesday. So good to see you here today. And we have great update for you. And I'm going to be honoring some wonderful volunteers again today. So stick with us. I do want to remind everybody at the very top of the show that our Community Challenge Grant is due today at 7 p.m. Central Time. So please be sure to get that in. I will be putting that I'm going to be putting that in the comments now. So if you still need to apply, you can do so. Let me get that in there for you. Whoop. And it is not going for me. So hold tight, folks. Let's see here. I want to make sure that y'all have that link in the comments so you can go straight to it. There you go. And again, that is due at 7 p.m. tonight. Central Time. So again, that's a great opportunity for government entities, local nonprofits to really jumpstart a project. So please go there, check it out, see if you qualify, and go for it. And you do not want to miss this afternoon's Art with the Armory. Again, that is every third Wednesday of the month, and today is the third Wednesday. And so we have it today at 1 p.m. It's going to be live right here on AARP Alabama's Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And we are going to be doing diptych landscape with Mary McLemore. So that's going to be really exciting. And a diptych landscape is where you have two panels that you work from to make one piece of art. So I'm really interested to see how this goes. I actually had to look up diptych because I did not know what it was. So I've already learned something. So that's today at 1 p.m. live on AARP Alabama's Facebook and YouTube channel. So please join us for that. And we are going to be doing our 5th installment of our Alabama State Resource Workshops. These have been really, really great. We are in the process of getting those recordings up on our YouTube, but really, really interesting stuff to learn about all of the aging resources in the state of Alabama that we have that are free to folks. So if you, our next one is tomorrow at 11. And it is registration only, but I just put the registration site up in the comments. And let me find that. It is on Area Agencies on Aging. So this is really cool because it is going to be telling us everything that the Area Agencies on Aging do and kind of how they work in the state. And so a lot of the services that we've been learning about are through many of the Area Agency on Aging. So you'll be learning all of that from from wonderful person, Julie McGee, who is the executive director of the Area Agency on Aging down here in Mobile in the South Alabama area. So that's tomorrow at 11. Don't forget to register for that. It is on Zoom. And also, you can always count on Mindful Movement to be here on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. live on AARP Alabama Facebook and YouTube. And if you happen to miss Becca yesterday, you can always go back and look at it on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. So you can catch that if you missed it. And next week, we're going to be visited by Jerry again to do some easy strength and resilience building workouts. So that's going to be really exciting. And if you missed the 6th, we have another episode of Alabama at Home coming on the 20th at 11 a.m. Again, that's going to be live here on Facebook. And it is going to be providing you with some resources on how you and your loved ones can stay in your home as you age. It are ways to keep you safe, resources to help you out so that you can stay in your home and age in place as long as you possibly can. So please join us for that. Again, that's going to be on the 20th. And we will be having our next What's Growing on April 26th. It's all about at-home gardening as usual, and we'll be checking in with Tarrant to see what's going on in our gardens. So tune into that on April 26th at 10 a.m. Again, live on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget, you can always go and find all of our events on this website right here, which I'm about to put into the comments section. And you can find any of our events, register for our events on this Facebook page. So, or I'm sorry, on this web page. So it's going to be, it's a real easy go-to place. And you can find our, hold on just a minute, folks. Let's see. And let's see. We have a comment. Ann Hales, good morning. Thank you for the information. Well, you're very welcome, Ann. Thank you for joining us this morning. Great to have you. And of course, as always, we want to make sure that you have the latest Alabama vaccine information. And you can go to aarp.org/ALvaccine for the latest news on the coronavirus and the vaccine. So lots of information on that website, and it's updated regularly. So you can always be up to date. Now, we have gone through all of our fun events that are coming up. And now I'm really excited to invite two guests on today to talk about some wonderful volunteers. Let's see. And so we have a wonderful founder, Ethel Percy Andrus, and she founded AARP over 60 years ago. And one of the things that she always focused on was to serve and not to be served. So that is our mission. And so we want to salute our volunteers who carry out that mission every single day. So today I am joined by State Director Candy Williams.
Good morning.
And good morning. And State President Dee Caudell. So good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
So I am so excited to have y'all here today. Thank you so much. And as we know, April is National Volunteer Month. Mm-hmm. And we want to take time to honor our volunteers who, especially in this past crazy year, have overcome some immense challenges to continue to connect and to serve. And like I said, as Ethel Percy Andrus said, to serve, not be served. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about some more volunteers and honor some special volunteer groups. And so, Candy, could you start us off by telling us really what the importance of volunteers at AARP are?
Well, happy Volunteer Month. We're going to celebrate all month long because we have a great cadre of leadership volunteers that support our work every day. So here's the deal. At AARP, we want to make sure that the voice of the 50 plus is in everything that we do. And our volunteers bring that voice to everything we do, helping to develop programs or out teaching classes, tax aid, driver safety, helping us lead and guide the state strategy. A good example for me and where our volunteers are so important is when we do our advocacy work. If we're going to meet with a member of Congress and talk about Social Security and Medicare, our members that are on Social Security and Medicare can bring that voice to that conversation. And so we also make sure that we have volunteer partners in all of our work. And Dee is my volunteer partner. So we have lots of adventures together, and she helps me think, and she represents the volunteers so well in the state. So Dee, this is an opportunity for me to say thank you for your leadership and service to the state of Alabama.
It's my pleasure, Candy. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Candy. And yes, Dee, thank you so much for leading us especially this year in these crazy times. So Dee, can you tell us a little bit about the executive committee and what your role is as president?
Sure. It's interesting because the executive council serves to help, as Candy said before, guide and think about strategic planning for the state. And since we have 6 members in the council, and they represent people across the state of Alabama. So from north to south, we have representation. And our job is to help with strategic planning, to look at the goals that the staff puts forward, and see if we can help the state staff make sure those goals are met. So it's an exciting leadership role. And my job description actually is, according to National, to partner with the state director. So Candy and I have had many adventures this past year, mostly on the phone or via Zoom or other pieces. But it's an interesting place to play. And I'm excited because when I began to volunteer with AARP, I wasn't sure what role I could take and what I could do. And what I found out is you could do anything you want to if you volunteer with AARP, literally. So it was a real honor that I began to work with the executive council and with Candy and the rest of the staff. It's been fun. It's been challenging. It's been exciting, and I'm lucky since I can keep doing what I'm doing.
The great
Well,
thing, Dorothy, if I may add, is that
yeah.
the executive council represents the state. And so we have members from across this, from Huntsville to Mobile and all places in between, that serve as the voice of their community and help inform the work that we do. Not all of us live in all the communities that we serve. And so we depend on our volunteers a lot of times to be our eyes and our ears in the community.
Absolutely, absolutely. And right now, and again, Dee, thank you to you and all of the executive committee for what you've done. I know our word of the year has been pivot, and y'all have done a brilliant job in pivoting and learning all of this new technology with us. And it's just been crazy. So thank you for staying sane with us as much as we possibly can. We really appreciate it. And so moving to kind of a shifting gears a little bit, this is tax season, as we all know. And fortunately, I'm very, very lucky because I haven't done mine yet, but tax season has been extended a little bit. And so during this time of year, we have some really specially trained volunteers called our tax aid volunteers, and they're with the AARP Foundation. And Candy, can you tell us a little bit about the hard work that our tax aid volunteers are accomplishing these days?
Sure. We are lucky to have AARP Foundation's tax aid program in the state of Alabama, and they are in most communities. And their goal is to provide free tax services for those that qualify. And the qualifications are mostly they want to do more simple tax returns, nothing too complicated. So if you own lots of properties, stocks, bonds, that kind of things, it could be a little bit harder for them. But their goal is to make it easy and take that burden off of our 50 plus. And so this tax season was extended to May 17th. So congratulations, there's a little bit more time. And with that, we have modified how our tax volunteers serve the community. So usually you just come right in and you make an appointment, come in, bring all of your papers and meet with a fantastic volunteer, and they help you through the process. Well, depending on your location, you may be dropping things off in a drop box and then getting a call from a volunteer to help you process the paperwork. There's also an online version that can help you too. So if I think Dorothy will post the link for the tax aid site, and on that site it has a locator, and it also has a space where you can prepare your taxes virtually for free online. Here's the deal: our tax aid volunteers are fantastic. They are fantastic. And we offer training to become a tax aid volunteer. So if you are interested, if you love doing your own taxes, you want to help provide this service to people in the community, sign up to be a tax aid volunteer. And guess what? There's other volunteer duties around tax aid. So you may be a scheduler or a greeter. Hopefully next year when things open up and we can be in person again. So there's other opportunities if this is one of your passions to help people. The whole thing with tax aid and it being free service is we want to help protect your financial security, right? And so you don't have to pay someone to do your taxes. You can keep that money in your pocket and have a well-qualified volunteer to help you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're so thankful for those tax aid volunteers as well. Like we said, they've had to do a lot of pivoting and going to digital and it's really hard. And so I'm putting that tax aid website up. It's in the comment section now. Also in the comments is a couple of links on how to find some volunteer opportunities in your area. And real quick, I want to say good morning to Tawana Wright. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. And to Carolyn Doss. Good morning, Carolyn. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Carolyn's another fantastic volunteer. Hey, Carolyn.
Hey, Carolyn. Thank you. And speaking of our volunteers, we do want to recognize our volunteers. So we have some pictures here, and we've got in that lower right-hand picture, we've got Dee doing what she does best, which is leading the way. She's our fearless leader. We've got our great group of both staff and our executive committee on the bottom left, we've got Executive Committee member Courtney Tarver up here in the top. I believe looks like he's reading a report, doing some important business up here. And then we've got our former Executive Committee President, Jack Bradford, with a tax aid volunteer, Mr. John Castor, over here in the top right. So we want to make sure that you are recognized, and we want to make sure that you know how much we appreciate all of what you do, all of our volunteers. So, and Carolyn says hello, and hello again, Carolyn. And again, thank you for what you do as well. But we could not do what we do without our volunteers. That is what we are here for. So we just want to thank everyone out there, not just in Alabama, but everyone out there who has been a volunteer with us, past, present, future, has stuck with us during this crazy year. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, all right, ladies.
Dorothy, I just wanted to say that one of the things that's been really wonderful for the Executive Council is to have members of the tax aid group come and talk with us, let the Executive Council know, because as Candy said, we represent across the state. So now, and we can have that kind of representation with the tax aid informing us so that we can inform others. So it's not, what the beautiful thing is that we're interlocked. We all work together with the staff, with other volunteers. So I just wanted to bring that up because that was an exciting, last month we had a great meeting with that.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I know that we also talk some with our driver safety volunteers as well. Yeah. And so I want to definitely mention them. And I think actually we are in Alabama looking for a driver safety coordinator. So if you go to those AARP links that are put in the comments for volunteering, if you're interested in that, please look into that and look at that. There should be a description up there once you go to those links and check in, because we are in dire need of a coordinator for that. It's a great program. So excellent. Well, ladies, thank you both so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Again, Dee, thank you so much for your service. You are just wonderful. We love having you.
Thank you.
And I think that pretty much wraps it up for today, folks. So we're going to see you next week at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, like we always do. We're going to keep you updated. We're going to honor some more volunteers. So I want you to stay tuned for the next minute or so for an events video recap. And until next week, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay wise. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everybody.